So the tape's probably almost up and switched to the other one. Who knows how long this special will actually be. It'd be awesome if it was just really long and random. And yet, funnier, I should say. Funnier than. Like green women. Actually, I like women. I'm Captain Kirk. Why not? But I also like Spa. I'm kind of conflicted. Spa. Because in the future, metrosexual just means interested. Mary. Captain Kirk. I think it's hilarious that right now I'm in a Captain Kirk outfit. And I'm actually talking into the camera on KTS. I think that's the best way to open a show. It's like, I'm being William Shatner. And that's just scary. And also being Chris Pine, the new guy, at the same time, sort of amalgamated and together. So come up with stories, but might I suggest when you're writing a story that you do not become the Admiral of Space right away and put yourself in there. Because then you'll feel bad if the editor comes along and says, your character just, like Jones, just shaves the ship all the time, and your name is Jones, and that's kind of silly. You might want to think about making an actual ensemble cast, which your characters have hubris, which your heroes are not indestructible. That's a good thing. And make them human, not indestructible. And that's what Star Trek, I worked in Star Trek, because they were able to put that human element in. And I like how they had the whole racial equality thing too. And everybody on the ship, there's a guy who's Asian, there's an African American, there's a Russian, and some Americans. Everybody was on the ship together. And that was okay. And that's the way it should be in the future, because you think they're going to explore space, racial divides, that ain't going to matter. Politics really won't matter much. Probably what it'll be in your century, in the future, is corporations will go out into space. Like this one scientist guy, Steve Dobbs was saying. And that's how it'll start. So, write stories. Keep writing stories. Don't get the writer's block. Just keep writing. I don't get the writer's block. I'm full of ideas all the time, just turning in my head. And there you are. And it's hilarious that I'm in Kirk outfit. It's a little better. He's kind of like there. Down here in the shot now. This is more of the Kal Kat show. And I am William Shatner. Or Chris Pine, I don't know which. Chris Shatner Cook. Chris Shat. It kind of sounds dirty. Anyway, so this particular sketch, I'm going to attempt to do the Back to the Future sort of thing. Have me talk to myself as someone else from the TNG era. That ruins the sketch. Alright, so I'm going to face this way like I'm facing that chair over there. Because that makes more sense. So, okay, action. Hello, I am Wesley Crusher from the Next Generation. Over 100 years later, from Kirk's time. I am talking to Kirk. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but anyway, so maybe it's a time warp. Yeah. And anyways, Wesley Crusher. So, what do you want to know about my time period? So, Captain Kirk, what is the difference between our centuries as we relate to chronologically? In my time period, it's the year 2259. I wish it was 2269 for obvious reasons. But you come from another time period over 100 years later. Extraordinary. I see. Well, can you tell a person of my century about how you were able to have the stamina and the ability to have so many women at your side and actually go out with them and stuff. Ooh, it's so fascinating to my century, because even though I'm old enough to be a captain of my own ship, obviously not, because unlike Riker, who is the captain of the Titan, I don't get any. He gets to be with his wife Troy, but I don't get nothing. I'm in the engineering section. Even though I'm wearing red, yeah, really in engineering. But yeah. I just put this because I'm on the holodeck trying to be important. Yeah. So, anyway, tell me about women and how you do it. Alright. So, want to know how to score women, Mr. Crusher? Well, don't try so hard. Just do it, you know. That's what I do, because I'm William Shatner. Kirk. I see. Oh, wow. So, what about the green women? I always wondered about those Orion girls. We've never encountered any, really, in our century. I don't know why. But apparently they were around quite a bit in the other centuries. And apparently guys could really go for them for some reason. Not sure why that is. Why was that? I don't know. It sounds fascinating, but oh, Vinny. Yes. The green women. Everyone asks about the green women. But what it is they have these pheromones on the planet Orion, which is weird that it's called Orion, because that really doesn't make any sense. It's an Earth name, but I guess we call them that. And the Orions, so excrete this pheromone that makes us naturally attracted to them for no reason. You see, on their planet, they're not really slave aliens. They're really the enslavers of the race. They're really, it's like a twist ending, see. They control the man, but they make it look like they're controlled. But they're not. They're actually in power. Just weird, but we go along with it. Because, man, but they're not slaves. No. But they're extremely virile. Kind of like Darren bunny rabbits. And yes, they can be more impressive than deltas. The ones with the balls heads. But I prefer Vulcans. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. Well, maybe. Wow. If they were that intense, I don't even think I could handle them. And you'd probably agree with me on that. Yep. So in the 21st century, and late in the 20th, there were a lot of stories about Kirk and Spock, like they were lovers or something. What's with that? Well, that's unmentionable. We don't discuss that kind of thing just amongst ourselves. I suppose in your century you'd like to discuss what it is between Kirk and Spock. Yes, I've read some of those old literature from the 20th century about that. And I've determined that some of you humans, way back, some of our ancestors, way back in the 21st century, were a little perverted. I thought that I was apparently shacking up with Spock. Well, I can assure you that only happened when we had a good deal of rum and mail aboard ship, which we got from the doctor. Oh, I see. That's not as interesting now that you said it. Bummer. Ooh. So, do you have any advice about being Kirk? Because obviously this whole conversation is a little drawn overboard and kind of... Captain Kirk, I'm known for passion, moxie, and libido, but I don't brag. I'm just Captain Kirk. You know, Captain Kirk. Live long and prosper. Spock. I mean, Kirk. Okay, I'm thinking about Spock for some unknown reason. Maybe that's why they kept thinking that I was like shacking up. Anyway, live long and prosper. Spock. I mean, that's what Spock would say.